Welcome back to the Booga Box live stream. It's Wednesday night, Small Project Wednesday. Hope everybody's having a good week. Excuse me. I do want to thank everybody for watching us live or watching us later. I do appreciate it. Don't forget to give the thumbs up, likes, shares, all that good stuff. Get us out there. Tonight, we're going to actually work on finishing up this round mail piece that we were working on. I'm not even sure when. I took it with me this past weekend, figuring I'd work on it, but didn't get to it. So we're going to do that. We'll finish it up. We're going to pull out the inlay that we're going to work on tomorrow. Again, I haven't worked on it all last week, so get it out. I'll have it out. We can do all that good stuff. So again, don't forget to drop in and give the likes and stuff up. We've got the... do I have one? Yeah, here's one sitting out. I've got several of the wormhole cube tutorials and kits made up, ready to go out. It's what kept me busy yesterday. I will admit today I didn't do a whole lot. Mostly computer work, trying to clean up my computer, answering emails, all that stuff. Had a lot more emails that I had to reply to today than on average. On average, maybe 1 or 2 a day. And then I get, 10, 15 of the junk mails. Today I had more than the junk mails on people to reply to, but that was all good. So I do thank everybody that has bought the tutorial and the kit. Oh, excuse me. So I wasn't expecting, in a way, I didn't expect as many as I got, but I also didn't, want to plan on too much like I did the last time. Alright, make sure things are going. I think my computer's working. Laptop, I did play with it a little bit today, so hopefully I won't have any problems with that tonight. Let's go ahead and get flipped over to our top cam. Like I said, we're going to finish up we worked on it. I took it with me. I had that in the jelly cube I was going to work on during the event, but like I said, we had so many people stopping in at the event, I never had a chance to get into it. I did a handful of jelly cube, only because it was sitting there, easier to get when somebody asked me a question about how you do this or that, Normally I do like working on stuff when I'm there, and normally there's a time where I can start pulling out, work all a little bit, you'll have the people come in and they'll see you, and then you might have to stop while you're chatting and all that, but yeah, it was a little too busy to do that this past weekend. So I didn't get to finish this up, or I think I'd probably say 20 rings into the jelly cube is about all I got done. I'd get a couple in it, showing them how it worked while we're chatting, and then put it down while we're continuing talking and doing this or that. Or if I was making adjustments, I had several items that needed to be adjusted there. Do that on site, like I said. The other day, that's one thing I'm not going to take all the extra rings I got. I don't know if it can be seen. Behind me here, I got a table full. I got these little boxes that I would take with me that had all my different size rings, different colors. This is my extras box. And I was never using them. I mean, even before the pandemic, I wasn't really using them all that much. So there's a few times here and there, but the amount of room it takes up, the amount of space it takes up, and I honestly only have about half of what I currently have now. When I set up all that was a while ago, and I've got quite a few more colors and everything else now, so it's almost obsolete anyway. That'll be, well, I'll probably wait till tomorrow night, after we stream tomorrow night, before I put all those up. It's going to take me a little while to go through. Like I said, you've got 18 different colors and minimum 16 different sizes. I mean, it adds up. But, and then I will have to eventually, I don't know exactly what I'm going to be doing here on our streams. I'll have to be changing a few things up, just so I can get some things done. We did some ties a while back on our Monday night streams. But I think I'm going to have to do a few more of those. Well, I'm thinking I'm probably going to do about 5 or 6 more ties. Sold 2 this past weekend, which wasn't bad. But I need more variety of colors. Before I had, what did I have at this event? I probably had 8 ties in total, but I had some larger, more open ties and a 4-in-1 ring weave. I had some scale ties, large scale, extra large scale. But each one was only one color, or that design was only in that. So, and it was more to show off the colors. And now it's like, well, I need to probably have some more colors, with a little different variety. And I have made, well, we talked about getting the grid walls before this event. We couldn't get to them but I'm going to get me another 5-pack grid walls. I'm going to put them up on the other side. So I have room above my spinners to hang more of a variety of stuff, because the ties were kind of spread here and there because there was really no place to put them all together. So it'd be like, oh, I see that tie. Oh, and then I had to point out the others. So, yeah, I'm going to be doing that. And still looking at the next event. Like I said, it's probably going to be, I'm hoping to get in this one that first weekend in November. It's a new one. I almost don't like doing new ones because they are kind of smaller, because not a lot of people know about them, compared to the ones that have been around for a while. But, I mean, they've all got to start somewhere. And if I start going to it when it's early and young, get in there and stick around, you get the better spots. The more you do, the more you know, etc., etc. You still won't get those great spots. Those are always held out for some of the school things, or, parents of school things. Yeah, so tomorrow we'll be doing the inlay, and then it's supposed to be a little cooler. I forgot to check the weather tonight. One of these days, I don't know if it's tomorrow or Friday, we're supposed to cool down for a couple days, get really kind of chilly in a way, and get back into that mid-60s again so I can get some lawn stuff done. That's coming up. Well, it's always coming up. Haven't had to mow because it's gotten cold. The grass hadn't mowed, so I've got really just one more mowing of the lawn, but I'll be keeping the mower out to do leaves and all that this year. A little easier, I'm hoping. We'll find out. I need to get some things done that I had to put off for the last 3 weeks. It's all for a good thing, though. Like I said, had a good weekend. Had a good yesterday, though. I still haven't really put the tutorial out there anywhere. I haven't really posted it on any of the major Facebook and website chainmail places. I don't know. I always feel weird about doing that. I want to get some places don't like it as much, so I still haven't done that. So I didn't expect a lot without doing that. But I do want to get them out there, and I figured there might be a little more interest once some of the people that have bought them now get out there and build theirs and post some pictures. It's something I was kind of already planning on and everything, and I need to contact Jennifer. I don't know if you've seen the video, Jennifer Martinez from Steampunk Garage. I built her one when she happened to come into town. When I already planned on doing the tutorial release on my birthday, etc. and all that, but every day since then, I still play this little video. It's in my feed. I need to ask her if I can post it on my Facebook, and then if I can use it as my business ringtone or text messaging for the business number. Her little squeal, I get a kick out of it. I watch it every day. At least once a day, if not several. One day I forgot I had it on. It was playing. It played a couple times. It kind of just repeats itself. And I watched it once, and the second time it's so quick. And I got up, and I went to go do some laundry, went upstairs, ended up getting something to eat. I'm coming back down the steps, and I'm hearing this weird noise. I'm like, what is going, what? And it was the video still playing like 20 minutes later on repeat, I guess. My cat probably went a little nuts going, will you shut that off? I'm done hearing it already. So, I don't know, man. I might have a hard time giving this one up, too. That coyote weave I did, I'm going to do another one. I'm actually going to try it in aluminum. See how it'll come out. But the stainless steel version, and I love it. And this one's starting to really feel good, too. A little bit bigger, but I still think it would work out all right. Hopefully I don't need too much more length to it. I figure we'll just get here, finish it up where I'm at, put a clasp on it, and see how much bigger I need to make it. Might just make it as big as all the rings that I have. As like I said, this is the very last of this size from TRL stainless. Then I'll be going to on my own. I do have some made up in this size already, but try not to use my own yet till, well, I have, but trying to get all the rest of this other used up right now. Get it done and out of the way. I might have little bits here and left over. I've got, well, I don't even know, I had probably 20 different sizes in square, round, and then sizes and gauges. I've only got through, I think I've got 5 of them that I don't have any sizes for anymore that I've finally gotten through. Did sell quite a few pieces at our last event of stainless, which was good. And that's probably what happened the last time. I just don't remember it because it was, 2 years before. And that's why I thought I had a bunch at the first event we did this year. But yeah, I've added some people. I had Peg, she makes the ducks. That's one crazy thing. I've seen it, and I don't remember if I've actually bought that tutorial yet or not, but I haven't made a duck yet or not either. Or not. Haven't made a duck yet either. But I might have bought it. Like I said, I buy a bunch of tutorials, but half of them I've never opened. The other half I've only opened to kind of see if I was doing it the way they did it. But, yeah, I need to get in there and check. That was one thing I was actually doing today. I've got a 2-monitor setup on my computer. Whoa, this one's way out of whack there, isn't it? I guess I must have hit it when I took the lens off and didn't correct it. I think right there is good. I looked up at the computer. It's like, whoa, I'm way over. What in the world's going on here? Cat might have. He got up here over the weekend. Well, well, was it that bad Monday? I streamed Monday, so yeah. Well, maybe again, it might have been tonight. I just did it. I don't know. He gotten a little brave this past weekend and gotten up here. He was being a little monkey butt this week. I think he's been feeling his oats this week. He getting in places he normally doesn't go, catching wildlife, which he used to, but now he's older and having his health problems, he doesn't do as often. But he still, he got down. He got up and drove me a little nuts. I was like, I'm going to allow it, but I shouldn't have because, cats. Give them once. But I'll be moving stuff anyway, so he won't be able to. After tonight, anyway, getting on my laser. He took a nap on the laser. I cover it so I don't get any cat hair and stuff in it when it's not in use. What is the world going on? He got up there. I didn't catch him. I knew it had to be at least 40 minutes, and he was comfortable. I let him. he ended up sleeping there till just a little bit ago. So he was up there for about 2.5 hours just sleeping. So maybe, well, 3.5 hours. Yeah, 3.5. I was like, I can't blame him because I moved some stuff and then I didn't get him down, but he's going to have to stop tonight. Whenever we've got event weekends, it always drives him a little nuts. He doesn't know how to handle it when we're not here. He's just so used to me being here all day long. He can just see me anytime for the most part. You know, if I leave to go out and do this or that, I'm never really gone all that much. Most of the time I'd be gone is, you know, for football games and stuff last year, or on all the past years. You know, I might leave at 5, get back by 10, 11. So it wasn't too long. But yeah, event days throw him off because I leave so early. He doesn't get his normal morning ritual in. And then there's the late comeback, and then I'm busy when we come back. It's like I can't give you the loving. This 2-day event really threw him. It even threw Marble off. She didn't know what to do. She normally sees me running in and out and doing different things, and I wasn't there, and our son had to do all her babysitting, and that confused her. Like, no, you're not the one that does this. Why are you doing this? He said every time he went to go check in on her, she was just wondering what was happening, why was the normal schedule not being kept. More, and I got more to make this longer. What are we looking at here? Yeah, that might. Hell, I don't know. Let's see where we might be here. It's a big, thick one, so it'll take a bit to. That'll put us at. Oh yeah, I'll probably just have to continue adding some more to this. Let's see here. 2, 3, 4. Let's go ahead and pull out 9, 8, 9. And then for every line I put, I'll throw one over there for its closure. And then I need 3. I'll put 4 over there for bringing it down for clasp area. So we'll add on to what we got here. Hopefully we can get up to at least 7.5 to 8. Use what we got. Yeah, I guess I should go ahead and throw that one over there before we get too far into it. But, yeah, we shouldn't be too far into it, are we? No, yeah, we're not even 20 minutes in yet, so we're doing good. We'll get this one. At least all these rings used up, if it's good enough length, let's see. I could pull out some of my own in this to finish it if I had to. But I don't really want to mix them. I just kind of want to get TRLs out of the way and not have to worry about them anymore. No more, no more, no more. And hopefully I'm not missing any messages tonight. It figures that, you know, a night where my laptop is working well, I don't have anybody messaging right now. Unless I'm missing it. And I figured I'd run the laptop through its paces. I hadn't done it in a while. The only thing I do with this laptop is watch my stream. I used to do a few other things with it, but I don't even do that anymore. It's pretty much just kind of my chat watcher for streaming. Making sure that's working, and actually it plays the music. Since I can't, I've kind of halfway figured out how to get it in through OBS, but it was giving me issues when I was trying, and it was just easier to do it this way, so that's the way I've gone. Kind of cheated on that part, but you know. Alright, next row. Stainless steel. Yeah, I talked about the P to charge yet. Monday night. I love the stainless. titanium. I do hate working with the titanium. I like the niobium. It's softer though. I mean, it is going to be easier to work with. The titanium, I have the booger. I mean, I've had some stainless on the hard side that was kind of hard to get, you know, butted together. But man, anything over 18 gauge titanium, boy, I need to get me a good set of heavy duty pliers, I think, and then that might help that. But I can never get a nice tight closure on titanium 16 gauge rings or bigger. It drives me nuts. I keep trying. I've still got, I don't know, I've got several over there that I've anodized up. I'm ready to make into bracelets, but I start working with it and I can't get them closed decent enough. Even with the, I mean, I got some bigger pliers that do it, but not do it well enough that I like, kind of thing. So well, I will probably break down. I've got this weekend, I've got several places I'm putting in some orders into. I've got Jennifer over there at Steampunk Garage. I already planned on doing that, but I just got so busy that I haven't been able to put it in the order. I'm getting the whole rainbow set of colors, probably twice, maybe 3 sets of them. I just want a good variety to play with, and I want to try. I haven't tried her scales to begin with, but I also imagine they're going to freaking laser up awesome. So I want to test some lasering up of her scales. And I'll probably, well, I do. Hers is probably going to become my normal premiums. Then I'll have a few premiums from TRL still because of the colors. But they're shiny at TRL is almost over shiny when it comes to scales in a way. And I haven't had them enough. I have some of the, I have quite a few of their scales. I need to do a test on them though. And I'm not sure about the durability on their premium. I've made up some. And I've let people know these are kind of new. I don't know what the durability is. I haven't heard anything back from them being bad. But I haven't made up my own piece. My wife doesn't wear as much jewelry anymore. With her health issues, she didn't go out, so she doesn't wear a whole lot of her jewelry. So I don't have a lot of things that I can have her test for me anymore. Kind of sucks. It's like, I need somebody that can wear stuff quite a bit to kind of, you know, that's what I liked at first, because she could wear it all the time, and she is horrible. I hate to say it, but yeah, she's horrible when it comes to jewelry. Getting it caught on something, this or that, she's horrible. But in a way I like that, because it does give me a good test bed. If it holds up decent enough for her, for most people it's going to hold up great. At least with the aluminum. Stainless steel, I haven't had a problem. Well, the fine silver I did with hers, that did take I won't do any more fine silver unless it is welded. That's just right off the bat. It won't happen again, because it's just too much, too soft. I just don't, you know. It's like I'll work with it. I have a roll of smaller Argenium silver. And that's the first Argenium. I need to coil it up and cut it. Haven't done that yet. And then I had sterling silver stuff. So I want to see how this Argenium's been doing. I might end up getting a bunch more wire so I can make up my own. Go in, drawer. Probably should stop there, because I don't know if I'll have quite enough if I don't. So, well, we'll see where we end, I guess. Finished up closing her up here. Half hour, 25 minutes. So, get these last few rings we have here, and I won't put on the clasp and stuff because I still need to tumble it and all that. So, I get it to my length, and I normally will throw on the extra rings that I'm going to use for a clasp, and sometimes 2 extra when I go into doing my tumbling. so that they get tumbled at the same rate as everything else. I forgot to do that there for a while. And I was always like, why does it look so kind of weird when I get into class? Classes are always a little different anyway, but I was like, because I'm not tumbling those rings that I'm using to put on the clasp with. So now I throw them on into the bracelet somewhere, put a few extras just in case I have any issues that now they're going to be tumbled at the same rate, and they're going to be the same color, all that. Something I never really thought about because I didn't want to tumble my clasp. Though I did do a test. I pulled out 3 of my different size clasps in stainless, and I put them on the square horn one that we were working on before, and I just put them on there randomly and threw them in there. But they only got one cycle. They only got a half an hour cycle before I had to pull them off because I had other rings I needed to get going. But I'm testing those, see how they hold up to a tumbling material. So, see how that works. Needed to give them a test anyway. I like to know myself. Just, And this is the newer batches that I got. One thing I do need to test. This one I need to monitor closer though. It's the vacuum. I forget what they call them. The vacuum stainless that can be colorized a bit. They're somehow colorized in a vacuum, and I want to. I only use them here and there. I mean, I use stainless clasp on everything. I don't like any of the other stuff plated. You just never know. Now this is a plating with these rainbow ones, but I do like them. I need to find out their durability. Without the wife, and my daughter doesn't really wear too much jewelry either. She's never really been. I made her a few things through the years, but she's never really been into wearing them all the time. So I need to find somebody that will be like, can I just have you wear stuff? Eventually I want to find somebody that I can do pictures with and get, all my stuff, modeled per se. And get good pictures. Because I suck at pictures. I like taking pictures and I know some about it, but not enough where I can get the good picture, I get them on occasion, I guess. They're the few of my lampshades I've done. I got lucky, There's 3 good pictures out of the 50 I took. That's how it ends up working most of the time. So I'd like to get some good pictures taken of my stuff. Daughter used to do an excellent job, but again, she would spend 2 or 3 hours, setting up, take a group of pictures of one week. They come out great, but when it takes half the day, and then that was when she was younger, and then through high school, it become harder and harder for her to do that because she's taking all the AP classes and all the band stuff, and that's why a lot of things aren't updated on my website when it comes to all the new weaves. I mean, I've got at least 100 new items I actually need to put on my website. That's why I always say, if you've seen anything at any of our events or on Facebook page and you can't find it on our website, drop me a line, because not everything is on the website. It just takes so long to get all that stuff up there and having the right pictures too. So I got a ton of stuff that's not on the website that is for sale. Been to an event, seen something, as I don't think I have. I might have one of the lampshades on there, but I had the 3 lampshades that I take to events, but they're not on the website. And there's pictures of them though on Facebook. Like I said, I'll try to at least get binge pictures of almost everything, if not more. But yeah. Alrighty. Couple more rings here, we'll call this one done. Like I said, I'll throw on a few here on the end, because I am going to throw this in the tumbler as soon as I'm done with the stream tonight. I have another piece over there I've been needing to put back in, but I was like, I want to wait till I had a couple more pieces to go in. That's why I figured to finish this up tonight, get it done, get the inlay back out, so I can, if I get any time tonight. Yesterday I did a lot of ring stuff and orders on Sunday, so today this is actually the first time I actually have been mailing. Today and actually most of yesterday, kind of. Yesterday was just getting the kits and everything done. Emails, all that. So, kind of feels good. And over the weekend, not really being able to. I mean, I did adjustments. So, I mean, I was doing a little bit here and there, but nothing like the average day. Come on, flip over. This is probably tightest. I'd probably want to get this. It's got a little play in it, but was that the end of it? Yeah, I got 3, so let me go ahead and I can put in 3 more here. This drawer. Like I said, here at the end of the year, we're going to stream up until sometime early-ish. December. Once we get into the heart of December for sure, we're going to kind of take a Christmas break. Last year we did a lot of moving around. I plan on doing a little moving around, but I do want to make some, not necessarily format changes, but maybe a little bit. I don't know if I'm going to change days. I don't know if I'm going to change times. Though I think I'm going to change Wednesday. Make Wednesday like a whatever Wednesday. Oh, excuse me. We're going to do like still do, and I think Thursdays we're just going to call it Inlay Thursday, because we're always doing inlays on those days. So Wednesday be whatever, and Mondays again maybe we keep it as medium. Like I said, I'm not sure yet, but I do plan on making some changes then. Figure we're going to take off probably a month, maybe just a little bit more. Come back at the end of January. Get a little time going. I know that's still a while off, but so let's see here. Yeah, once I put a clasp on the rings, I'm probably going to be right at about 7 3/4. That's about what would fit me normally. Doesn't have a huge turn. I wonder what that would be in this size. Only takes me up to about 5 inches. It's the smallest I could make it in this ring size, but got a few left here, like I said. Yeah, I'll throw those back on here in a few. I always got to do that. I do it actually when I come to this point. I start going inverted round to start capturing, so I can bring it down to a point. Still not the best, but it works. Alrighty. I'm drooling. So there, camera on. One quick last look. Overall, it's about 1/2 inch thick. So yeah, it's about a 1/2 inch. Looks like it's right on there. And I do love this. I could have went with the off balance, where you give it a quick spin as you go around, where you get a natural twist in it, which is kind of cool too. But I needed a regular one, so it's done. Throw that in there. So let's go ahead and pull out our inlay. Like I said, I put this up. That last Thursday we did a stream with it. 2 weeks ago, probably. Almost 2 weeks ago now. Let's see. Make sure I kind of get these in the order that I like. I did never pull out any more to get cleaned up either. That kind of blows. I guess I'll be doing that tonight. Doing some ring cleaning. Okay, frost bronze, champagne, orange. Don't need a lot of those yet. Here's my upper start. Okay, so we'll give it a quick stretch here. Since we're just starting, we are halfway, so I do want to go through our thing and say thank you again for joining us. If you're watching us live or if you're watching us later, I do appreciate it. Don't forget to give the thumbs up, the like, the shares, all that good stuff. Let people know that we're out here doing stuff. Might be a little odd to watch chainmail being built because it is a slow process, but we're having fun. Don't forget to find us on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. That's where we stream all these too. So hopefully, the cameras are looks like most of them are picking up everything here. So I'll have to pause for a minute after we do this and get my paper set up, make sure I'm on the right ring count, know where I'm starting from. Since I said it's been a little while. Hopefully by tomorrow, when we come back tomorrow night, I would really like to get into, hopefully, the upper lip by tomorrow. If I can plug away at it, which I might be able to. It kind of depends. I'm trying to think of what else I got to do tomorrow. I do have a lot of laundry to get caught up. I got most of the housework caught up. Got the kitchen, for the most part, caught back up. Not touching anything for 4 days. Alrighty. Oh, I got lost all that. That would have really been bad. 6, so I'm good there. Let me check here. 6 goes to proper 1, so there's where we're at. Like I said, I guess we're in the little camera down here. Let me go ahead and flip back over to the upper camera, and I guess it's a little bit out of view. Camera's not quite going down that far with the border of everything. See if I can kind of move that up a little bit. I don't know if we can get far enough. Darn phone. Now, I've talked about this before, how the phone autocorrects for anymore. And when I spell for correctly, it changes it to fur. F-I-R. And now I am saying fur. Whenever I'm talking to the kids or something, we need to go out for this. We need to go outside and get this taken in before this and that. And I'm catching myself saying fur all the time now. I was like, the stupid phone. Alright. These stretched out. I'm going to have to start putting these sideways, or I'm going to have to start rolling them up a little bit. I'm starting to run out of room when it comes to the stream. Could I go ahead and... over here it doesn't necessarily matter. I guess I probably can get a little bit there. A little more stretched out. Gives me a little more room, I guess. A little more distance between grabbing rings. Maybe that'll help me. I'm screwing up as many times as I do. And we're working left to right, correct? Yeah, so we'll start down here. Cruise. Like I said, we would have done something else, but I wasn't even necessarily thinking about it today. Like I said, I kind of played it easy on this side of things. I cleaned up the bench so I had room to do a stream, but I kind of forgot about what I was going to do for the stream, honestly. And then I was like, well, when I had about an hour and a half till the stream, I was like, I want to finish up that bracelet. I did mean to pull it out, but I did kick back and end up watching, what was that movie, Secret Headquarters. It was actually a pretty good flick. I kind of enjoyed it, so I wasted a little time doing that today, too. I hadn't sat back and watched a movie in a while. Didn't do anything else, really. Answered emails when they came in. I think I paused the movie twice to answer emails during that time, so did that, but otherwise, somewhat productive, but non-productive in the same sentence, if that makes any kind of sense at all. Tomorrow should kick back up. Friday, I'm not sure what I'm going to do Friday yet. I don't have any laser orders. I didn't get any in. I do need to probably start getting that out there a little more. Once Halloween hits, I need to kind of start promoting the custom laser work. So if you're interested in laser work, I can do scales and all that for chainmail. But I also do tumblers and cutting boards and keychains and just a variety of things. I got LED lights. Go look around at some of the pictures on my Facebook. I need to probably organize them into chainmail and laser work. But like I said, I have that crossover when it comes to the scales. And the scales are really good. The fiber laser makes scales so much better than the CO2. A lot of people still use CO2 and they do okay. But yeah, the fiber just blows it away on time, and just the brightness you can get out of the fiber. And that's why I want to check out how Jennifer's scales hold up and work on a laser, because if they can be all pretty feeling like that and look all nice and pretty on a nice bright white frosty look in the laser etch, that would be the perfect combination. So I used to do all my scales myself. Well, I've done all my own scales for years now. I got a little handful of stuff still left from TRL stock from years ago, where I got all my laser stuff going, and I did them on my CO2 laser, which again does an okay job, but they're just a little duller and they take a lot longer. And that was one of the reasons why I wanted to get the fiber. It's like I want to do some other things anyway with the fiber laser, but I make little. If you ever need any custom made tags for a special piece, I make my tags to go on my pieces that'll say the name of the piece, if it was inspired by whatever, date it was done, how many rings it took, how much time it took, all that. We can laser up those on like a business size card with a little hole in it. You can attach it to your piece. I talked about that the other day. I have them for all my pieces, but I forgot to take them with me. But now I've also debated on not, because it did start more interactions. So if you want it, we can do those kind of things too. So don't forget about the laser etching stuff. Like I said, that might be one of the other things that I bring into the fold after the new year. Maybe making one night a laser night. And I haven't decided, do I add it? Do I add a night and just call it laser night to my normal free chainmail nights? Or do I take out a chainmail night and just make one night laser, 2 nights chainmail? That's where I'm kind of at right now, questioning how I might want to do that. So I'm going to stop right there. I don't have enough room to quite finish it all up, but now, right from stainless back to aluminum. Remember, hands, aluminum. However you say that word, aluminum. I was working with stainless steel a lot. I started up on my main table. I have this little area where I've got a bunch of charms. Somebody on one of the Facebook chainmail pages pointed out that it was a good little thing to have. Haven't made a huge thing yet of it. I need a little bit better of a setup to kind of show it off, but a build a bracelet type thing where I got pre-made chain, use stainless, it's pre-made stainless welded chain. I've got little stainless clasps to go with it, the right size rings in their own little box to go to fit the charms, close it up. And I mean, I did 3 anklets and a couple bracelets. So I mean, it wasn't huge, but it did keep it busy, let people see it. Again, the people that can see you making it really kind of get more enthralled in seeing what you're doing. But you also have to have the time to be able to do it if you're chatting with everybody about this or that, or possible custom orders or whatnot. I've got 4 people from our event that I remember them walking, because we were kind of in this hilly parking lot. I remember coming kind of down the hill. They were about midway. They were kind of splitting the tents on the other side of us, and walking down the middle, and You could tell they were just kind of, because up above us as you come down the hill, that's where a lot of the commercials. There was the leaf gutter people. I guess there was a couple karate type local karate shops. Trying to recruit people to come in and take karate class and all that, which is all good, but again, still different. So they're kind of walking down the middle, and there was just three that stuck out because of the way the double take that they had when they're walking down. There was a few people before us. There was one, I forget the name of what they call giblets or something. I guess there's something to do with Crocs shoes. You can put charms on your Crocs. So there's a giblet booth next to us, and they had some other handmade necklaces and stuff. And before them was a tumbler, the epoxy tumbler people. So they were kind of, like I said, there's a few, so they were kind of looking over, but they'd get just about halfway in front, middle of our booth as they were scanning booths, and then they seen the Chiefs jersey, and the double take from three people just cracked me up, because, one was almost like watching a football player get juked, where they try to stop, the running back's running or something, the running back makes a juke play, and the defensive player tries to make that same stop, but they just fumble over themselves. That's kind of what happened with these three people. There was, a lady was walking, just kind of looking, and she tried to stop. Her legs stopped, but her upper half didn't kind of want to stop. She kind of stumbled for a few steps to catch herself, and slowly made it over to the jersey. It was just kind of funny seeing it. So I was glad to see the interest that it drew in. The first event was definitely a smaller event. It drew in a lot of people, but that's the kind of event. We were at an event that there's a lot of music going on, so people come to watch the music for a little bit, then there's a little bit of breaks. That's when you kind of got busy. Then that's kind of how that event worked, and that's kind of how I was used to it here as of lately. It's kind of the last couple of events we've done have been like that, so having the constant people flow was cool and different, but there was already people when we set up on Friday night. We had a lot of stuff out by 4, and people were already starting to kind of pass by and check it out before we were even fully set up yet. That's why I did wait on Saturday. I didn't put out the Mahomes jersey till the last thing. We got everything else pretty much set up. There wasn't a whole lot to do anyway, but we got everything set up, and the last thing I did was put out the Mahomes jersey, because there were still already people kind of coming through before that. They would see the other stuff and still want to come in and check stuff out. So, like I said, it was if you would have asked me that night, even on Sunday, would I do the event again, I would have said no. Now that we've done it, I'm like, possibly. Just because I did like the foot traffic, and that's the thing that I've been trying this year, and into next year, I'm trying to get into some different events, some bigger events. Something out of my comfort zone in a way, into a few that scare me. There's still a few that totally scare me that I'm like, I just think about what I'd have to sell to cover costs at some of these events, and I'm like, I just don't see that happening. But it could very well easily happen. Like I said, this is the biggest event we've had. I was quite happy with the end of it. Tired. I still haven't. My little back, hip, I don't know what it is. It's in the lower back, right like above your buttocks, I don't know, it's very weird. Never had a pain there before, so it feels hippish, but not like on the side of the hip, so I don't know where you get pain from a hip pain. I don't know. After I stand up for a while, though, it's killing me, and it sucks because I'm used to standing a lot. I sit here for the stream, but that's to try to keep me focused here. But outside the stream, I probably chainmail half the time standing, half the time sitting. I'll pull up the chair, and after a while my butt gets sore, and it's like I need to stand. And if you've watched any of us before, I have the old reference of, if you watched King of the Hill, old, I know, shows my age, but he had no butt. And I have no butt. I have no padding. I'm like a little board back there. I got a belly, but I have no butt. And so I get sore after sitting a bit. I can't sit all that long. When my butt gets sore. I need to have butt implants or something. And I make fun of myself a few times here and there throughout the years. And my half sister, she's like, "Yeah, you got the Smith butt. Mine's like yours, flat as a board." Yeah, we don't have no padding there. I know I've sat on the wife's lap a few times through the years. "Get off me, you're too bony." It's like, that's the only place I have bone. The rest of me's fat. But other than my butt. Here, where we at anyway? 51 minutes, so we're doing pretty good. We got a little bit of this done, a little bit of that done, which is good tonight. Get some things back into normalocity in a way. And then things for the next events coming up, things have run smoother, so I don't know if I'll have to really take off any, the last two events I did take off the streams for a night or two before, just to get ready, but things went so much smoother this last time. I can probably not have to worry about that as much anymore. Especially the way after this event, I really spent some time Sunday, after I got done doing custom orders, rearranging my boxes, getting some things out that didn't need to be there, which gave me so much more room to do some other things, which has now given me some other ideas that I might try to add into the landscape of what we're doing, so that'll actually, again, help with setup and takedown. And that's the big thing right now I am trying to work on, is something to help with speeding up setup time and takedown time. Because I do set up so much stuff, and even this last event, I still had a lot of stuff that I could not put out. I just did not have the real room for it, everything was already kind of packed in there, but I didn't get out my clocks. I haven't had out my clocks at these past two events, so, but I need, a little over 2.5 foot by 2.5 foot square wall space. Oh, the beard got up my nose. I guess that's the mustache, not the beard. But yeah, I haven't got those out. I got several, I probably put out half my 4-inch wall hangings. That was, though, because we put the tent up. I don't know if I talked about this Monday or not, but yeah, we set up Friday. We put up the tent, not thinking about it. Normally, one of the last things I do is put up the front sign. Didn't notice till people, when we got there was already somebody set up on one side of us. And we were open on the other side, which was nice. It gave us room to be able to put up stuff for the most part without having too many issues. Put it up. They eventually come out a little bit later. They set up their thing. I go to hang up the sign, and I'm like, why is this not working? What am I doing wrong here that, Now, normally we do set our tent up all the way. I had it 2 settings down, so we probably lost about 8 inches, but it was a little breezy, and I didn't want to be too much higher than the people around us because of the hill we were on, wind, everything. But it wasn't until the next day that I finally realized what we'd done. We put our tent in there sideways. I had the front side where I normally attach my sign on was to the side, and because I found my 2 little loops, I was like, well, here's the loops. How did I not find them earlier, And then I went to the other side, and I was like, well, this is the side I was looking for them, and I couldn't find my loops. And that's when I realized our whole tent was turned. And there was no way to easily... I thought maybe we could slide the tent out, turn it, and then slide it back over everything. But some of my grid walls were tied into it, and it was like on the hill we were on, it was making everything more difficult anyway. So I was like, So that's one thing I have to remember next time we do tent setup is make sure I put the front. I've always never had that problem, and I've never thought about that problem The only thing I can think of is I've gotten extremely lucky on the last probably 7 times we've set up, maybe 8 times that we've used this tent, that I just always happen to set it up properly the first time, and I don't know, it was weird. Because it had me perplexed, going, why can I not put my sign up like normal? I mean, the other times, I guess there have been a few other times, because I set it up so high, I can go off different rings, different areas off the tent, where it's not going to dangle down, but we were so low, I couldn't do that, where it wasn't going to be hitting everybody that walked in. So, but I'm also looking at getting a table runner for our main table. It's going to have the logo and everything on the front that drapes over the front table. It was something I was looking into beforehand. A couple of years ago, pandemic hit, kind of forgot about it, and it was actually kind of started reminding me again when I went to see Jennifer's set up for Steampunk Garage a couple weeks ago now. I was like, man, she got the runner thing. I need to, well, and hers was a scale thing. It wasn't necessarily a runner, but it reminded me of the runner. So I'm like, I need to get that going. So I did actually look into that a little bit today, but I probably would have ordered it, but the graphic that I had wasn't fitting as well as I wanted it to on this runner piece. So I was like, okay, I'll put it off. I don't want to go rushing through it. It's not something I need. It does take a couple of weeks to get it. Again, I'm not in a super hurry, so I want to make sure I get the graphic right that I want on it. Plus, I want to make sure I make a big enough graphic, because most times when you do this kind of stuff, they want an AI file, even a PDF. This just wants JPG or PNG, and it's like, yeah, if I send you looks good at 500 by 500, but you expand that thing out to 30 inches, so I've got to make a large graphic to even start with. Want to make sure it's going to be decent enough looking. I thought about doing my own. My wife now has and I might still have her do it. She has an embroidery machine I got her a couple of years ago. She's finally been having some decent days where she was finally able to pull it out over the past couple months, and she's been playing with it. Something I thought about maybe she could do some embroidery stuff on. But maybe we can add to that, because I do have a little list of stuff I need her to do. If not, I'm going to have to pull out my, what are we running on now? That'd be 38-year-old sewing skills that I learned in middle school. Middle school so many years ago. Yeah. But I will take that back. There was time, which would have been 18, I guess 20 years ago now, that I made my youngest. She was like 2, and wife was at work. I was at home with her, and I got a wild hair up my butt. The sewing machine was sitting out. I grabbed some cloth and I made her a dress. Now, I have no idea what I'm doing. I didn't use any kind of pattern or nothing. I just grabbed cloth, going, okay, we're gonna make a dress. And you can imagine me, and wife still makes fun of me about it, because you just made her a tube dress. I made a tube with straps. Hey, but I did it. And overall, even though it was just a tube with straps, I had good hem lines. I made my straps look pretty. It wasn't, I could have just thrown on some stapled straps. I've stapled my own stuff before in quick emergencies, but so I did a little sewing then too, and so I can do it, but I need some backdrops cut down and sewn up to use from the back of my grid walls. I like the look. This is the first time we actually put on our 2 side walls, because we had people on both sides of us. Normally we've been on a corner. So I can open up one side, but I kind of liked having it enclosed because it was easier to watch. My spinners used to be on the open side, so you could be on both sides of the table looking at stuff. Ran into a couple of issues that way when you had people on both sides and both people want to spin it because they're done looking. Can run into issues, but everybody's always been good about it, going, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know, And so they take their turn, but it was hard to keep track of both sides when you're kind of tied in and, looking. And I already wanted to have the grid walls with more room, but then I was like, what about inside? The grid walls you can see through, so I got some cloth and stuff. I've got these little clips that work really well on holding a backdrop on, so need to get them cut down to size, and we'll be using those as our backdrops for the grid walls anymore, which should help everything overall. That's the one thing I hate about, I like the grid walls, but the see-throughness of them can sometimes be a pain in the butt when you got such small detailed things like chainmail sometimes. So, and I'm having the same issue with my spinners, because they're open, you can kind of see the backside of the other part when you're spinning, and it kind of distracts. I've seen some pegboard style ones out there that aren't too bad looking, but that's one thing I like to have with my spinners is have them set up. I store them over here. I make some covers for them, so when I'm not using them at an event, they're covered, they're stored, but they're bulky. They take up a lot of room. They're heavier than crud. That's why I took them down from 4 sides to 3, and I still have one 4-sided one with my earrings on it. And I've seen those, and I'm kind of looking at things, so that I don't have any immediate looking at changing, but there could be some minor changing to a few of those things, just because I'm trying to make them, like I said, more compact, more easily movable for setup, storage, etc. That's been the big thing here recently, just because without the wife being able to help me, luckily the daughter's been helping me. And I don't want to keep asking her, but I enjoy it, though. I mean, I like having her there and being able to chat, because we don't get a lot of time anymore. We used to hang out all the time. She used to go with the band events, do all my pictures for me. I do the video. So, since she was in kindergarten for the most part, for years and years, don't get to do that much anymore, so it's kind of nice the last couple events having her there, be able to kind of, we don't have any meaningful chats, I guess maybe a little bit here and there, but I still have fun. Don't get to do that too often. Can never get the son to go with me, I'm sure of that. Older daughter, or possibly if she didn't have 4 of her own kids, so she did show up. If you're on my personal page, you might have seen her post this, but she showed up Saturday at the event. And my oldest grandkid, Wyatt, he's a little turd monkey. He was just, he loves seeing all my stuff. Every time it's out, he loves it. He used to come down when he was smaller. I wasn't necessarily working on chainmail, but he would sit at my bench here and play with dice. I'd have my D&D dice out, and he loved playing with it and seeing my chainmail stuff. He'd see me do it. But he had to tell everybody while I was there, somebody's looking at something, my grandpa made that, my pawpaw made that, my pawpaw made that, left and right. And it was like, it's cute and fun, but I'm sorry. Can you go? It's like, I don't want everybody to run off because I got my little grandkid running around out here. But, he's doing his thing. What is he now, 7? So yeah, it's a lot harder for my oldest daughter to help and do anything anymore when it comes to that. Yeah, single-ish and 4 kids, so yeah, she's pretty busy. Where are we at on our time? Oh, we're over our hour. All right, well, let's get back over here onto the ugly face cam. Da-da-da. So I do thank everybody again for joining us. I know we've had people kind of popping in and out through the night, so I do appreciate it. I hope, and I didn't miss any comments from anybody. I'm not seeing any. I should have pulled up things, so I could have put a link to my kits and tutorial. Man, I got to shave. I got some long whiskers that keep going up in my nose, man. Drive me nuts. They keep going, tickling me. But anyway, I hope you all had a great night. I hope you've been having a great week. I do appreciate y'all coming in. Like I said, if it's just a little bit dropping in, even if you don't post comment, I do appreciate it. Give those thumbs, likes, shares, all that good stuff. Gets us onto more people's that are our followers' walls. The more of those we get. And if you're part of Twitch or YouTube, go over there. We stream on those platforms also. So with Facebook, I don't get notifications for myself anymore. Might just be the way Facebook's set up, but I still get emails and stuff for my own stuff from YouTube and Twitch. So give those a thumbs up, those likes too. So tomorrow night's Thursday night. We will be back tomorrow night with doing work more on the inlay. Hopefully, like I said, I'd like to get at least 4 or 5 lines done tonight, tomorrow, before we come back. We'll see what happens. But otherwise, I do thank you again. Y'all have a great rest of your Wednesday, and we'll check you out tomorrow. Peace.